Hey everyone, and welcome back to Takanini SsangYong LDV. Today I have an amazing presentation for you of this 2018 Blue Tivoli Limited. This vehicle stands out in an amazing deep colour of this navy ocean blue with the contrasting white roof. On the sides here we can see some 18-inch alloy wheels in tidy condition. The side mirrors there have got a white shade with an undertone of black. And there's a nice black trim along the lower half of the vehicle as well. This vehicle has a 1.5 litre capacity engine, or more closer to 1.6. It's an automatic 6-speed. At the back of the vehicle here we can see some parking sensors, reverse parking sensors, as well as the reverse camera lens there, if you can just see that above the registration plate. As we walk around, you'll see why this vehicle is perfect for you. The Tivoli is a unique class of vehicle. It is a mid-range SUV, but in the compact style, so closer to your Mini Coopers and your Suzuki Swifts there. This one's just a little bit different with its shape, design, and overall safety features as well. You will be safer and more well protected in this Tivoli. Good news is that this vehicle also has low mileage. It's only at 68,000 Ks. It's been well maintained by its previous owners, and is a standout vehicle for a very reasonable price, which I'll talk to you about later. I'm just opening the boot here. We get a feel for the Tivoli and why it's a deceiving size. So from the outside it looks quite compact, but from the rear here you can see why it's actually a very practical vehicle. Now these seats fold down, so you get the full length of the cabin there as space. Okay, pretty handy for when you're needing to move furniture, or maybe you bought a TV at a retail store and you need a light flat. Well, this vehicle will see you right. Down here, just a couple of liftable flaps there, your tyre change tools and accessories there. The rear is actually situated below this black tray. So the spare is situated just in here, and there's a full-size spare with the alloy rim. You're not going to be worrying about using a space saver and having to change it. Once you change your tyre, you're good to go again, hit the road. Okay, now just closing the boot lid. We'll get to see a little bit about the rear passenger seats as well. Opening the door here, we can see that they've continued with the design there. You've got a nice kind of mesh covering over the speaker there, electronic windows, plenty of room in the side pocket for a drink or a book or whatever your passengers are using to keep themselves entertained. Now, just lifting this rear seat here, just one of them, you can kind of get an idea of how much leg room there is. So there is actually enough leg room. Now I'm over 6 foot and I can easily find space in the back here. So I'm not struggling to sit back here. I'm not feeling cramped, I'm not like a sardine in a can. I've got plenty of room for myself. The rear seats have these elastic bungee cords, good for storing books as well, or documents, or a drink bottle or something like that. They work fairly reasonably well to do what you need them to do. Okay, now we'll move on to the front. Let's get into the front of the car here, Okay, now, as we sit inside the vehicle, a few things become apparent immediately. On the driver's door side here, we've got all our window controls and mirror controls. The mirrors are retractable, as you can see there, electronically retractable, open and close. And you've got your little door locks and things like that as well. Over on the right, just before we turn the car on, you've got a few buttons here. Parking sensors on and off, traction control, and your driving modes from economy through to power and winter mode as well. Turning on the vehicle. Now we get a sense of what this vehicle is all about. Quite a groovy modern dashboard there. Speedometer, odometer, and your rev counter, all looking very sharp. Onboard computer there in the middle. Okay, we will just mute that radio for the time being. You get your fuel reading as well as a few other things, bits and bobs to really educate you on the status and length of your journey. Okay, let's just have a look at the steering wheel now. Cruise control settings here on the right, fairly easy to use. On the left is our infotainment, volume, and mode adjustments. On your right hand stalk are your window contrast or your wiper controls there. Left hand stalk is your lights and indicators. So influenced by European design, your indicators are on the left hand side, and that would be the Mercedes influence on the SsangYong brand. Okay, now in the middle here we have our infotainment system. Okay, it is touchscreen. No, it's not, sorry, I stand corrected. Oh no, it is touchscreen. So the standby mode needs to be deactivated there before you start operating the touchscreen. So I was correct in knowing that. Now we go back to mode, and that allows us to select which mode we're in. This is radio. We've got Bluetooth audio if you connect it to your phone, your phone modes, and a few other things. You can actually connect to HDMI so you can watch on this screen, as well as your USB pairing. Okay, again, we're just going to turn that off for the time being. Now we've got our defog rear windscreen, as well as our air conditioning controls there. Can increase the fan. Below that's a few more air conditioning settings. If we go lower, we've got the USB for pairing our phone with the system, or an HDMI connectivity as well if we want to watch the media through our television screen there. Lower down is the 12 volt connectivity port. Allows you to charge your phone or any other 12 volt appliance that you have connected or want to connect to your car. Here is a little cigarette connection, ignition, as well as another 12 volt. Gear shift is fairly straightforward, it's automatic. Now you've got 4 driving modes: park, reverse, neutral and drive, as well as a manual Tiptronic, which is controlled using this little button here on the stalk. Okay, we've got our handbrake, manual release, click down or pull back up to re-engage. Cup holders, and our center console. So plenty of room in there for bits and bobs. Glove compartment, fairly generous size as well, comes complete with the manuals that you can see down the far end there. And lastly, I will just have a quick chat about the interior. So these interior seats, internal seats, are hybrid leather and cloth. So leather on the sides, around the frame and on the headrests there, and then cloth down the center. So it is in a way more manageable to keep these clean, especially if you get paint and fabric protection. You'll be able to keep this nice and clean as you see before you. There's no stains, no rips, no tears. Really good condition for a vehicle of this age. And that pretty much wraps up the internal kind of demonstration. Now I'm going to step outside for one last moment and we'll wrap this video up. Why not? Okay, so pardon the fire engine in the background there. Now, just going to give that a moment to pass by. Clearly this deal is on fire and they're attending to that. So this vehicle, good news, is going for $20,990, and that's a bargain for the quality and state of this vehicle. You're not going to find better elsewhere. For this vehicle as well, if you are based outside of Auckland, don't worry, don't stress. We can find a way to get this to you. We've got a very flexible delivery system, as well as convenient finance options if that's kind of the way you're inclined. So now, if this vehicle tickles your fancy, if you're really keen to get yourself a smart little run around for maybe you and a couple of others to take around to the beach on a nice sunny day, well, look no further. I'm the person to come to. My name's Chris. Best contact number is 0274 308 418, and I'll be happy to see you right. I'll be happy to help work with you to get this vehicle into your hands. So thank you for watching today. My name's Chris, and I've enjoyed showing you this 2018 SsangYong Tivoli. Have a wonderful day.